God, but they didn't explain anything. And this is the learning process. It's like, we thought we nailed it, and then you hit click publish and you watch it on YouTube and you're like, I could have lost a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Lacked a specific narrative that we drilled into and left you with a really strong understanding of. It was a little soft. Okay, so I hope you're into this. This is still very much so beta. Welcome to Beam News.
Do you want us to get actual oil?
No, I like this paper. It does its job. There's this tech company, and they're turning 50 of their human employees into cyborgs, actual cyborgs. Yep.
I made a really rash decision. I succumbed to peer pressure. You can't blame me. You can't.
Your hand, would you get a chip put in your hand? And RFID stands for radio frequency identification. Basically, it's like a barcode. This is real. This is real.
What do you say to people who, have concerns about privacy or,
It's it's a good concern to have, because then you acknowledge it and that you know that things are possible. But if you are using the best practices and being responsible about these kind of things, it shouldn't be an issue.
Right. What
you
are
should be
best
able to do it right.
practices?
Just making sure that things are encrypted, making sure that things are not open to the public.
How do you ensure that?
Making sure that you have some kind of encryption that has, when somebody retrieves that data, they can't do anything with it. It's
Right.
just useless data to them unless they use it with your software using your thing.
But maybe one day I could get hacked.
Nothing's impossible.
How is that not like a violation of moral? How can we have an employee inject a... Are we breaking any laws?
No.
You're sure?
I'm not sure.
We're pretty far from there, but we are making progress. Cell phone can be a scanning device. Boop.
This house behind me, there are a group of biohackers, and they have formed a collective known as Grindhouse Wetware.
Biohacking is basically do-it-yourself science. They're just experimenting. They're trying to use technology to overcome human limitations. What's happening today? Like really relevant topical stories. The state of Nevada issued a statement of emergency. This was issued because they couldn't get enough weed to the weed dispensaries to get to the people that want their newly legalized weed. Nobody's gonna be in this with me? Come on, Neha. Come on, Lou. Get in frame. Any context, like if you don't know the history of what took place there, you kind of don't know why that happened. An event like that, firsthand from someone who was there, mind blown. A lot of people want to know how the legal weed thing works there. And they needed a rescue. That needed to be protected. A lot of people speculate why. Biohacking world, people who make modifications to their bodies, like these guys in the basement in Pittsburgh, they're actually called grinders. And there's a bunch of really interesting examples of grinders.
There weren't any others available. I'm just a young 20-year-old. How long does this go on? Yeah. He said to me, would you like to see that movie, Dunkirk?
A lot of technological breakthroughs were done by dreamers and visionaries in their garages and basements.
They would say, you were in that movie.
You were in the theater watching this. Did it take you back to
It
those
did
moments?
indeed, yes. It was kind of here, it will never fade really. It's rarely used, but today was memorable. And thank you, dear.
Lindsay, thank you. Chris, thank you for going to Calgary to interview Petty Officer Ken Sturdy. He was amazing. Dunkirk was a movie released by Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers is owned by the same parent company as Beam. Do want to express thanks, we all do. Zeroing in on the human story, what it was like to be there, what it was like to be one of the soldiers there that made his movie so magical. As someone who was physically there.
I think it brought back, I could see my old friends again.